Hi, everybody. My name is Ellen Pensky, and on behalf of Packet Fusion, I want to welcome you to today's Lunch and Learn Roundtable. For those of you who have attended our events in 2020, you'll notice that this year's format has been enhanced to include more interaction. We call it a roundtable because each month, Packet Fusion CEO Matt Pingatore will be talking with industry experts on a wide variety of subjects. Today's Lunch and Learn is called Easy Solutions to Complex Contact Center Problems, and it's sponsored by Talkdesk. Talkdesk is an enterprise cloud contact center company that empowers companies to make their customer experience their competitive advantage. What's really exciting is that we're going to be talking about how enterprise level solutions are complex and hard to use, and that's really important in today's fast-moving environment. But we're also going to share real-world stories of customer service transformation. So I encourage you to share your biggest customer service challenges and join in on the conversation anytime during chat. And as Susan just alluded to, chat is on. We'll be looking at it, and either Matt or I will bring up your questions. So be sure to do that through chat. So let me introduce Matt first. Matt Pingatore is recognized in the industry as a visionary, and he's known for his 100% customer first perspective. He's seen Packet Fusion through many transitions and has adapted and pivoted with the times by staying on top of emerging technologies and how they shape the future. He not only knows how to talk technical, but he understands technology. Big differentiator there. With us today and joining Matt in the conversation are Talkdesk experts Sam Danino and Susan Penivolpe. Sam is an experienced solutions engineer who joined Talkdesk in the last year. His official responsibilities include providing strategic support to his partners and customers. Sam takes it to a whole new level with his many certifications. He has about 25 years of technical experience and over 10 years in CCaaS, UCaaS, and telephony. Sam's passion, it's helping customers have the best customer experience possible. Also joining us is Susan Penivolpe. Susan is the regional channel manager for Talkdesk. Talkdesk is certainly lucky to have her because she's got a lot of experience in the channel. Nearly 25 years of experience in a number of roles with telecom companies, including Colt Technology Services, West IP, World Telecom Company, to name a few. We're happy to have both of them with us today. And don't forget that this is a lunch and learn. After the session is over, we will randomly select 20 winners and we will send them $20 Roundtable pizza certificates or Grubhub certificates. And we'll take care of sending that to you. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Matt.
Great, I'll stop sharing there. We've got Penivolpe, we got Danino and Pingatore. We got Italy covered there.
Italy rules.
Hey guys, super excited having you here. We're going to try to do something different today. Very rare for us to do a presentation for 45 minutes with no slides. So this is going to be a first for us. This is going to be an open roundtable with some live demos chronicling 5, I think maybe 6 different customers, the pain points that they've had, how Talkdesk has alleviated those, addressed those, and nailed them. So some good customer testimonials. Really love some Q&As. You guys have always been good on the Q&A, so please keep them coming. It really adds to the experience here. Talkdesk first got involved with us about 2 years ago. Newcomers to the market, and quite frankly, one of my top sales guys left to go to Talkdesk and has been doing very well, and he carries the torch back to us with them. So, while I lost him, we gained a good advocate over there of Packet Fusion at Talkdesk. And what really intrigues me, having been in this industry for as long as I have, is the products that I had been selling had been, shoehorned, if you will, into the cloud. There are plenty of cloud-first companies out there. It's just the legacy customers, products out there are on their 2nd and 3rd generation product. And that meant they took their PBX or their phone system or their contact center soft switch that was on premise and they put it in the cloud, and then they tried to cloudize it and they figured, well, that doesn't work. Then they had to re-architect it all with the distributed architecture, and they said, well, that didn't work. Still worked, it was just complex. there are several vendors out there that have gotten to start in the last 3 to 5 years with all the new cloud 2.0, probably on cloud 3.0 by this point, tools and architectures and API and programming languages that they get to start with. So they don't come with this technical debt or this legacy baggage with them. And when they want a new feature, they just go do it. When they need to go across the planet, they just go do it. When they do interface with somebody, they just do it because it's nice and clean with the next generation new open APIs. So that, along with their integrations to the third parties that I've seen, is probably better than everybody else's, and by far the cleanest user interface out there. And, you know, if those things are important to you, you got to listen to what we have to say today. With that, Sam, Susan, I'm going to turn it over to you guys. I'm going to interject with some questions and answers. And we've got some polls, guys, that we'd like you to answer if you can throughout the webinar. So take it away, guys.
Cool. Well, hello, everyone. Thank you all so much for joining. Thanks for that great intro, Matt. And yes, for those that are new to Talkdesk, we are a born in the cloud CCaaS software company. Probably the biggest benefit to that is that it enables us to be incredibly flexible and incredibly diverse. And you're going to hear that in some of our stories today. In particular, there are, you know, integrations that are challenging sometimes. And at the end of the day, what we strive for is being able to reduce costs, increase revenue, and most importantly, increase the customer experience that your customers are having with you when they interact. So that's kind of what we're planning on doing today. And we're going to do it via kind of chatting about a couple opportunities and a couple deals that we've won recently that we feel are pretty relevant. So I wanted to just kind of kick that off. So first off, one we wanted to talk about was an international staffing company. So they came to Talkdesk, old legacy system, right? About 500 offices across the company, around the country. And their challenges were that they had high call volume. So between 12 and 15,000 calls a day, with over burning through almost 1 million minutes a month. And yet that didn't even cover all of their locations. They were challenged because they were on more of a legacy system. They were having challenges around kind of the digitalization of what we're seeing with customer service, right? With Omni Channel and workforce management, and also just ease of use for platforms. So legacy platforms have a tendency to be a little more cumbersome, right? Take a lot more IT effort, and so that's where Talkdesk was really able to differentiate themselves. It ended up being about 236 seats initially, and they're continuing to expand that solution for their customers for staffing. So Sam, what I was hoping we could do maybe too is see if we could do a quick demo around kind of ease of use and how it is simpler and a little bit more user friendly as opposed to some old legacy systems.
Yep, we sure can. Absolutely. Hopefully you guys can see my screen real quick here. And real high level, just because we're going to do this in little chunks and pieces, I'm going to give you a brief overview of how easy it is to administer the system. So what you're seeing here is the Talkdesk interface. It's a web interface. So all I need is an internet connection and a browser anywhere in the world. So keep that in mind. If I wanted to actually, add a new agent, all I do is click add a new agent, and I need 2 fields that I have to populate: the agent name and the email address. Now I have all these other fields that I could populate, but I don't have to. Just their name and email address. I hit save. They receive an email saying, welcome to Talkdesk. Click here for the first time with your one-time password. You must change when you log in. And then once they change that password, they're on the system as an agent. Now, the next thing I would do is allocate a number to them. I can actually click numbers, and I can click new phone number. Well, when I'm sourcing that new phone number, as we mentioned, we are a global company. I can source numbers anywhere in the world, pending I have the proper paperwork on the back end for these other countries. Just keep that in mind. But I can actually truly find numbers across the world. And I'm in the Pittsburgh area, so I'm just going to search for a local number here. And I have the ability to actually buy that number right here. As soon as I click buy, that becomes my number. I can start using it immediately. Now, later on in this presentation, we'll get into what I can do with this number, but that just gives you a little taste of what you're able to do from a ease of use perspective.
And now, and Sam, this is the most basic comment I'm about to make,
Sure.
but this person that you just added can be anywhere on the planet with a simple internet connection, right? This is
Absolutely.
not trunking, SIP, PRIs, MPLS, SD-WAN. No, this is a person at home, just like I'm at home right now with WebRTC through a browser, talking into my computer. I'm now live and operational on a full omni-channel system with a click of a button, just like you did.
Absolutely. Yes.
Really cool.
And not only that, we also have a mobile app as well.
And there's more. There's more.
And wait,
There
there's
is.
more.
There
Yes,
is.
the mobile app. I love it.
The call bar
Hey
application.
guys, I did a quick survey. We got about 90% people in. With all the challenges that have happened in the last 12 months, has it been a challenge delivering quality customer experience? 90% said yes. 10% said no. I want to come work for you guys, the 10%, because we've had some challenges within ourselves, right? I had 700 customers that all of a sudden had to go work from home on a premise-based phone system that started there, and we had to privatize their phone system to work, private cloudize their phone system to work from home. So that's where our cloud acceleration has come in. You guys actually got a couple of our accounts in the last 12 months because their premise-based phone system just failed miserably with 300 people that had to go work from home and take calls. And so you guys came in and saved the day. We've got a nice little use case on that one. So a great poll. We got a couple more coming. Thanks, guys. All right, back to you guys. Sam, we're going to keep going.
Yeah,
So
cool.
That was the ease of use.
Yes.
Yep.
Ease of use. Absolutely.
Yep. The next story and when we wanted to talk about today was, and we kind of touched on it briefly, the fact that we're global. Talkdesk has 8 data centers around the globe, which enables us to not only be able to reach and cover globally, but also efficiently and with quality. So those that have tried to deal with global situations and had to backhaul calls or something like that, you know what can happen when things aren't local and close enough to you. And this particular client was global, and one of their biggest challenges were their IT team was just spending a boatload of time trying to manage everything. And the customer service reps were struggling with being able to efficiently operate when they were taking calls, in particular with integrations. They wanted to be able to integrate with Salesforce, and as a company began moving to Salesforce and be able to utilize that resource much more. And so those integrations were key. And it just so happens that Salesforce.com actually was an earlier investor in Talkdesk. So it happens to be not our only integration, but one of our strongest integrations. So I'll toss that over to Sam and let him show you how.
All right. So Susan, you're spot on. I like to always say we have the deepest and widest integration with Salesforce. And just to give you an idea, in a Salesforce screen here, and you might notice I have a Talkdesk Live icon or tab, and I have real-time statistics of what's going on with the contact center from within Salesforce. I can take that a step further. I'm in as a supervisor or as an administrator. I can see agent status right here. I have the ability to click on the status and bring it up, and I can change status. So Darren's in an escalation status right now for the past hour and 23 minutes. I can actually change him and put him back to available or put him as away. So very powerful from that perspective. If I didn't want to actually change his status and he was a remote agent, I could send him a Slack message. Doesn't have to be Slack. We can actually do Teams integration as well and send a Teams message saying, hey, Darren, queue's getting backed up. Can you log into this, please?
And
now,
so
yeah.
a basic here, I know you already said it, but I'm going to say it again. You are in Salesforce right now.
Yes, absolutely.
Right, the little top left icon there, that's the cloud, that's the Salesforce icon. You are embedded inside Salesforce, as most agents want to be, and you're living in there, never have to leave, but you get the full functionality of Talkdesk in Salesforce, in Zendesk, in blah, 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 right? You name it.
Exactly.
I think one of my favorite sayings, and actually we made a t-shirt on this, it's embarrassing, being in sales, and in technology, we always say we have a slide for that. Like we're giving, what about, oh, hold on one second, I've got a slide for that. And I always hear you guys say, well, hold on, I've got an integration for that. Hold on, yeah, I've got an integration for that. And you guys always have the answer. Oh yeah, we have an integration for that. It's pretty funny. So keep going, love it.
Sure. So this is just from a Salesforce side, but let me show you what that looks like on the Talkdesk side to add an integration.
Wait,
now,
go back real quick. We got another fellow Itai in there. We got a cabezas. Yes, I like it.
Yeah.
More Italian.
Cabeza, yes.
Cabezas. All right, keep going.
All right. So on the Talkdesk side, we have an integrations tab. And these ones that you're seeing here are out of the box integrations. So we talked about ease of use and ease of management. Well, if I wanted to add Google contact integration, I literally just click Google contact integration, add this. It becomes part of my instance to Talkdesk. Now, these ones, there's about 45 of them in here. We have Dynamics, we have Zendesk, we have Zoho CRM, we have Slack, Salesforce. So again, single click installs for this out of the box integration. We take it a step further than that even, well, 2 steps further. One is we have the first, I don't want to say and only, but the first actual App Connect store, very much like your App Connect store on your smartphone for contact center. These are third-party integration applications that people have written to interface to the Talkdesk system. Here's the coolest part about this. These are 30-day trial accounts. So if I wanted ISON, for instance, if I wanted to, I don't even know what ISON is. I do. I know what ISON is. I'll tell you, if you didn't know what ISON is, ISON's really cool, actually. I'll tell you why in a minute here. But if I wanted to test this out, I literally click install. This becomes part of my instance, and I have 30 days to try it out. At the end of 30 days, I get prompted with a notification saying, hey, how'd you like it out? Do you want licenses for this? If I do, I say I want 5 licenses. It gets billed on Talkdesk paper, and it's supported via Talkdesk because these are approved third-party applications on our system. So all that billing, all that support is through Talkdesk. If I don't like the integration, I click uninstall integration. It's no longer part of my instance. Now, if you're curious of what ISON does, they actually do escalation to video chat via Omni Channel. So if I'm in a chat session and I have someone building a piece of furniture and they're confused, I can say, hey, click this ISON link and let's start a video chat. Show me exactly what you're doing. That's what ISON does, just as an example. But
and so, hey, real quick, Sam. So the one you had before, the out of the box ones, yes, those are included in the price. You just download, they're free. They're just part of life being SaaS. And these ones, these third party ones, are more chargeable.
Yes, you got it. Yes, absolutely.
But so build through you.
Right, correct. Exactly. And then here's the coolest one of all. This is the last piece I'll leave you on integrations. There's custom integrations. So if your customer has some homegrown application or they interface to an application that's not listed out here, I would say ask. Reach out to Matt, reach out to Susan, ask the question, can we integrate with this? Because the chances are if they have APIs or open APIs, we can write an integration to that application. So keep that in mind.
Yeah, so big win for us was with you guys. We love all the pre-canned stuff, but being this next generation, the web services, the next generation type APIs is what everybody wants. And you guys are one of the leaders in that for sure. Hey, real quick, integrations, I know we're talking about here. We just posted a poll. How important are integrations to third-party applications, Salesforce, Zendesk, etc.? 56% said very, 38% said somewhat, and 5% said not at all. I thought it'd be a little more heavy on the very, but not too surprising. So thank you guys, keep participating. And so one of these, the one you were just talking about, this was 2. This was integrations, and this was also worldwide, right? So it's the ease of deployment you did before, kind of morphing into integrations. Let's talk about worldwide support. How do you guys support somebody in Australia, in China, in India, like, your pops and your support and calling in and texting? Can you maybe 30 seconds on that?
Yeah. So Susan, I'll take that one. Absolutely. We're a global company. We have 24/7 support for all of our customers and all of our partners. So think about that from a partner perspective. If your customers are calling in to you, you have the ability to direct line to us to support those customers across the world. The 8 data centers is actually going to be 9 data centers here in the first quarter. The next one is in Canada, and it has to do with in Canada is because the in-country call recording has to remain in-country in Canada. So that's why we're focusing on that. And Matt, I'll take it one step further from an infrastructure perspective. We are built on AWS data centers right now.
Yes.
But we have failover capability to Google data centers. And we are in talks with Microsoft to spin up instances in Azure. So we have, and I'm sure you run into it all the time, we have customers that say, I don't want to do AWS. I already have it built in Azure, or I already have it in Google Cloud. We're going to be able to help those folks out and spin up instances in those cloud offerings.
Maybe they just don't like the politics of Jeff Bezos and they don't want to go into AWS. They're going to put it somewhere else. That too, right. I get it. So you guys are hyperscalers. You guys are multi-cloud. You guys are microservices, right? All these buzzwords you hear about today and the next generation stuff, you guys just do it. And having, you know, the ability to just spin up applications and infinitely scale because of getting into these hyperscalers, Azure, AWS, GCP. Where do you want to be? Click, spin it up, go.
You got it. And you know, one more piece that I would add to that is it's the same software stack, whether it's 5 agents or 5,000 agents. There's no different versions of the software. So just like you said, the ability to scale up, we can do it dynamically on the fly.
You know what's different though? I'll tell you one thing that's different.
Yep.
The price. It's going to cost a little bit more for 5,000 agents. Okay, let's keep going. Sorry.
That's true. You're right.
All right. What's the next one, Susan?
Fair enough. The next one is actually also a software company, but they specialize in empowering healthcare and wellness providers. And so they were searching for a new CCaaS because they were having poor call quality. They, again, had challenges with integrations, needing to constantly tweak their IVRs and so forth as needs changed and so forth. And the other big critical, because they did operate with, you know, in the healthcare and wellness system, compliance was critical. And so we are able, because of all of our certifications, to that's a big part of what we do, is help our customers not only improve customer service and efficiencies and make for, you know, happy employees as well as customers, but also meet and maintain your compliance elements. But like I said, one of the big parts for them was just being able to change quickly, work on the fly, and in particular, building out their IVRs, which I think Sam's going to be able to show us real quick.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. So I have my IVR that I use for demoing purposes, but I just want to show you this real quick. I'm going to step you through it. And just to give you an idea, I'm no developer, but I can read through a data flow diagram pretty easily. And this will make sense to you. This took me less than 10 minutes to create it. So a call comes in. I actually do a Salesforce data dip. I define the variables that I want to pull or push to Salesforce. And then in my case, I'm actually playing a message saying, hello, customer, thank you for calling United Partners. And then I drop them into a standard IVR. And that standard IVR is super simple. Press 1 for sales, 2 for support. And then I drop them into the appropriate queue or ring group here, whether it's sales or service. Now, one of the, I call it a minor differentiator, is we include callback in queue as well. So we can do a timestamp saying your estimated wait time is 5 minutes. Do you want to call back? Press 1. We could do that. Or we could say you're the 25th person in the queue. Would you like a callback for that? What's really cool about this, super easy to get through this. I have multiple versions of this call flow, and you can see I have a draft version. So if I want to tweak it and change it, like we were talking about, how fast can you make a change to this? Well, I started doing this the other day, and I don't remember where I left off, but I notice I have 2 errors up here. Well, if I click on those errors, it's going to take me exactly where I left off. And I say, oh yeah, I didn't populate this information. This is where I need to do. This is where I need to continue. Now, one other piece I like to talk about in here, as I was messing around with this and playing with it, I realized that we had the ability to do a voice IVR as a default option. So instead of pressing 1 for sales, 2 for support, I can actually say words like sales or support to be dropped into those appropriate ring groups or queues. So pretty powerful, pretty easy to do. Again, these are super simple ones. We have real complex ones, but the key factor here is we talked about the integration. I can do dips into Salesforce. I can do dips into a Microsoft Dynamics or a ServiceNow, whatever it may be. I can pull and push data between those just via the IVR.
Very cool. I did another tab here, and I'm sorry, it's a poll. Is security and compliance a concern for you? 93% said yes. So not exactly what we thought it'd be. Very important. You guys have do a ton on the security side, obviously by being in AWS and GCP and et cetera. That checkbox is a ton of the security and compliance already, but then it's above and beyond that, the FedRAMP and all the different type things that you guys do on the compliancy side. Do you have, and maybe I'm putting you on the spot here, a bunch of acronyms you can throw off on the compliancies that you actually do?
Yes, I can tell you HIPAA compliance, PCI compliance. I should have brought up there's a link on our website for security and compliance, and we have 30 plus certifications across the board. So Susan, I should have brought that up. I apologize.
No, I was just thinking the same thing. I should have had that slide teed up.
Susan, we got 20 minutes. Why don't you find it and I'll come back to you.
I will try and find it.
All right, good.
Awesome. Actually, Susan, while you talk, I'll find it. How's that?
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Even better.
Yes.
I think I saw a question. Did we want to wait till the end?
Yeah,
or?
I mean, so Nick, it might be for you. It says any issues working with any of the different platforms, and that question came on when it was AWS with backup to GCP and possibly Azure.
Mm-hmm.
What are you backing up in GCP? Your production's not there. What does that actually mean? What are you backing up? Can you elaborate a little bit on your multi-cloud strategy?
So we're built on the AWS data centers. We have global resiliency across these data centers, but we're also resilient inside each of those data centers. We have 6 different regions. So you have resiliency within the data center and then global resiliency across the world. In the case that we have a true failure, we can fail over to GDP. So we can actually go to the Google data center as a failover and spin it up there in a true catastrophic event in an AWS data center.
And have you had to do that yet?
We have not. No, not at all. I'm reaching to say that I've not seen even failover between AWS data centers because of the amount of resiliency that's built into each data center from a regional perspective. So, and how can I say that? Well, one of the other pieces you might notice, or you might be aware of, is we have a 100% SLA for uptime. So we're the only one in the industry that actually offers a 100% SLA for uptime for the Talkdesk system. So we believe in our technology and what it's built on.
Very cool. All right. Susan, I think we're back to you.
Back to me. Staying in along lines of some of the healthcare, there's actually, while Sam's pulling that up, we actually had a recent win that isn't in this discussion at the moment, but we had one of our partners in Arizona win the contract for the vaccine support, right? So calling in, getting appointments, setting appointments, so forth. And it was a BPO. And they won the contract. They originally planned on being able to support the contract with their own in-house system until those calls started pouring in. And they just couldn't handle the volume. And so they came to 2 different CCaaS providers, Talkdesk being one of them, and we were the only ones that were able to do it for them, and actually ended up turning them up in 3 days. And then we had another, along that same line with the vaccine, we had another customer in Houston that when the 200th person was put on hold, the entire system reset. So whether you were on a phone call or on hold, the entire thing would just hiccup and reset. And that, needless to say, wasn't working for them either. So they came to us. And
that would be called an impending event. Yeah, to be done.
Just a little.
We had a cool little comment in the chat session to the panelists. So it didn't go to everybody. It said, love this when you were showing the little macro palette, drag and drop, automated attendant call flow. Love this. I had to do the IVR for a well-known emergency management agency by hand and with spreadsheets. Frown. Yeah. So nice work, guys.
Well, cool. I'm glad that
All right,
was
what are we
helpful.
going to show on the? Oh, that wasn't one of the ones we were going to chronicle. You just kind of
No, I just kind of
nice
spun
work.
that in while
You had so
Sam had a
many.
chance to pull up that
So-
slide for.
Yeah, you know what's funny? Sam has access to internal information, and I don't know where it is on the external web, but I do have certification information here on
Cool.
so SC2 Type 2, et cetera.
Doc 3, ISO 2007. That's
Yeah.
great. PCI.
Yes.
Good.
Yep. And again, that's an internal doc that I just had access to. I'm sure it's out there on the external web.
I
But-
think we're good. I think you've checked those right there. Check a lot off for me.
Got it.
Yeah, it pretty much goes the gamut, whether it's financial, healthcare, retail, business to consumer, all of those categories are categories we spend a lot of
I
time
don't
in.
think you guys are quite there for the federal FedRAMP. Are you guys FedRAMP yet?
Not yet.
And that's
Not
such a
yet, yeah,
big-
but they're
get it.
working on that. Yep.
It's a big decision to go that way.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
It's actually on a roadmap for this year, by the way,
Cool.
this calendar year. So hopefully
Yeah.
we'll have it soon.
Yeah.
All right, Susan, what's the next? Which one are we going to chronicle?
So the next one is staying in healthcare. Is actually a pharmaceutical company. They've been around since the 20s, had over 1,000 employees, and really bringing together healthcare providers and patients to deliver better value with healthcare. What they were challenged with was they had 4 large contact data centers around the country. And they needed to upgrade because the system just, again, as we'd mentioned earlier, just wasn't keeping up with what they need and with the changing in communications. And also because they're in healthcare and with compliance, voice and screen recordings were important for them. And that was something that they needed to be able to do and still maintain their compliance. And so we were going to talk about the analytics as well as recording that Sam was going to show you a quick example
I just launched another poll, everybody. So everybody, you guys all are hitting it hard right now. So keep going. Love more data is better.
All right. So I'm actually gonna, while we're doing this, I'm gonna dial into the Talkdesk system here and just answer a call. And we're talking about call recording. So call recording, that's a huge differentiator for Talkdesk. It is included with your licensing, unlimited call recording and voicemail on the system. So I don't have to source a third-party recording solution. I don't have to source hardware to store those recordings. I don't have to think about retention policies. As long as I have licenses on the Talkdesk system, I have unlimited call recording and voicemail. So that's a big one. Now, it gets stored in an MP3 format in the S3 bucket in AWS. We have the ability to export those recordings out. If you notice here, when I dialed in, on the bottom right, there's a little call recording icon. It's actually recording this call. It records every call. You don't have to do that, but you can do that. Likewise, the ability to stop the recording and restart the recording. I can allow my agents to do that, or I can prevent that from happening. And again, I don't have to record all the call queues or all the agents. I can pick and choose what I want to record and what I don't want to record. And then we talked about those security and compliance aspects of this. We are PCI compliant. We partner with a third-party application called PCI Pal that will actually block out the DTMF tunes from a recording perspective. In addition to the screen recording aspect, which we can do, we can actually asterisk out the credit card information if they're typing it in. So keep that in mind. And that is just from a recording perspective. So I'm going to go ahead and hang this up, and we'll just dismiss that for now. All right. And let's pivot a little bit and talk about the analytics side of it on the reporting side. So we talked about this live dashboard that we have that's the same whether it's in Salesforce or if it's in Talkdesk. And we talk about integration, by the way. If you notice, when I received that call, it actually created a new case in Salesforce. So I have my automation set to create a new case in Salesforce when I receive that call, just from a ease of use perspective from the agent. here comes a call coming in. I'm creating a new case in Salesforce. So that's the kind of
And does
integration.
the recording go over there too if I want it? Or the
So
link
from
to
a
the recording?
Yes. So here's a really cool fact that I didn't realize until a couple weeks ago. From a screen recording perspective, if you have that enabled, it follows the agent. And it follows the agent not only on one monitor, on multi-monitors. So wherever the agent's focus is with their mouse, that's where we're going to be recording. That is super cool. So if you go through our workforce management, quality management aspect, you can listen to the recording while you're seeing what's happening on the screen from the agent perspective and do your evaluations that way.
And if we go ahead, keep going. Yep.
I was going to say, I'd love to show you that, but I'm not set up for it.
And if an agent has that call with the screen recording, transfers it to supervisor then transfers it to another agent, not the original one, all that's captured and inside that one URL. And again, all that recording and screen capture data is not in Salesforce. It's a hyperlink to all the recording that's at your guys.
Matt, you got it.
Okay.
Yes, that's awesome.
Hey guys, I know you're going to keep going on it, but I got the poll. How important are analytics to your organization? 24%, 71% said very. 29% some said somewhat, and not one person said not at all. Thank you guys. Good job. That's exactly where we expected it to be.
Right on. So those dashboards, I showed you the live dashboard, but you can also create custom dashboards. And you can take these custom dashboards and you can project them on wall boards in a traditional sense of a contact center. So no special license for this as well, where some competitors do charge for this to go onto wall boards. We don't. It's just another license on the Talkdesk system. From an analytics perspective, I'm going to touch on reporting. Out of the box, this is kind of interesting, and I spin this a little differently. There's 17 default dashboard reports, and there are 26 default reports. I wish they would rename this to most common reports. These are the most common reports that folks run within our system, but there's also filters that you can apply to these reports. So if I open up one of these reports, I can actually hit a drop-down list and show you some filtering that I can apply for this report. Now, take it one step further. 45 reports that are canned. I have over 900 fields that I can create custom reports on. So there's a whole nother piece of this that I can pick and pull apart different reports and create my own custom report based on 900 different fields. That demo is an hour in itself to go through the advanced reporting feature functionality. What does one of these reports look like? Here's a inbound contacts volume and duration call report for the past month that I ran. So just to give you an idea, this is a nice indication of what you can do. Total inbound contacts, abandon rate, missed contacts, voicemails, whatever it may be. So this gives you some criteria on what you can do with the reporting aspect.
And on the, obviously there's real-time reporting, which you kind of showed earlier, put it up on a wall board, stream across the person's display because everybody's at home now. Then you have historical reporting, which you have your own analytics, your own engines, your own metadata. A lot of our customers like to push that off into a Tableau or a third-party product and assemble a bunch of other stuff. How well do you play with that? Maybe 30 seconds on that, what you guys do, what you recommend, et cetera.
Yes, very well. In fact, I just had a customer that that is a Tableau customer. They love it. They use it. Can we push our information up to it? We absolutely can integrate with it and allow them to continue to use that and tweak their reports based on the information they're gathering from the Talkdesk system. So yes, no problem there integrating. The other piece I didn't touch on real quick, I'll do this high level, is the scheduling aspect of this. So whether a report is a custom report or a canned report, I can schedule that report. Who am I going to send it to? What format do I want to send it? How often do I want to send it? And then I can apply more filters to it. And then my favorite are the advanced features. Again, being a global company, I can actually send this to any time zone in the world. And then I can actually set the paper size if they want to print this. And that's going to ask me orientation on the paper, which I don't think I've ever seen that in a reporting tool that will allow you to do that level of detail from a scheduling perspective.
I thought you were going to, like, pronouns were going to come up when it said orientation. I'm like, now you're getting really PC. I'm like, wow, you guys are on it.
Very cool.
And I think one of the important things too, as Sam's been bouncing around and showing this, is it's point and click, right? So I mean, you can't get much simpler.
Yeah, it is absolutely. Ease of use is unbelievable. Once you get in here and just start playing with this, you pick it up really quick, and there's a lot of feature functionality, and there's new feature functionality that gets added to it all the time. And again, from a timing perspective, we didn't get into it, but we could go through the omni-channel aspect of it. I mean, we could do it if you guys want to.
I think we have time. Is there another one, Susan, or are we there?
No, let's take a look at the Omni Channel.
Yeah.
Sure.
Are there more? I think we got them all, right? Is that all?
Yeah, we got them all.
Yeah. So let's now really show off, Sam.
Hey, Matt, I got a question. Just from from a chat perspective, does anyone want to type out there what they'd like to see, and I can dive into it? If I can't, I'll let you know, but
chat or QA. If anybody wants us to take this in a certain direction, let us know.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to go into the Omni Channel, and I'm actually going to just do this on the fly. If you hadn't noticed, I kind of believe in this stuff just working, because it does just work. So while we're waiting for some other suggestions, I'm just going to do a little quick demo here on the omnichannel aspect. If I was on a website and I just purchased something and I'm trying to log into that website to see my order status, and I can't remember what my password is. So what anyone usually does is go out to their website and they have a little chat option. Well, when I click that chat option, it's going to ask me for my name, my email address, my phone number, whatever criteria we want to capture. We can actually customize that and put that as prompts for the users to populate. So when I start that conversation, well, I can't get in. I need to know what my password is. I need to know how to reset my password. So if I type the word password, I can get an auto response saying, hey, click this link here to reset your password. So automatic responses like that. Well, while I'm out here, I wanted to know what my order status was. So let me see if they can find my order status. If I type in order status, what's cool about this, very much so from an integration perspective, based on the customer's email address or their phone number, or we can actually prompt them and say, enter your order number. We can do a dip into the order management system and pull that information out and produce a link and send it to them so they can see what's going on with that order. But if I really wanted to talk to an agent, and that's what you're seeing on the left side here is the agent screen. I type the word agent, and you'll see an actual message come in right here. And I'm going to load that into my queue. And again, in a demo environment, it would have come right to me or come right to my group. But in this case, I had to load it in. And you can see historically, I have the same information from the front end to the back end of what was going on. Now, from a customer detail perspective, I can actually do a Salesforce data dip and pull in specific fields that I want to see that are relevant for that agent to see about that customer. Maybe they have X number of cases open. Maybe they have more than one order. And I can see all that information in here and determine what I pull in from this perspective. We have the ability to create templates for quick responses. If I was interested in the password stuff, I can type the word password and it's going to give me recommendations on links that I can send back to the customer. I like to do it this way, where I'm on the phone talking to someone handling something and I see that they were having trouble with their password. I just type /password and it's going to give me a recommendation. Yeah, I was going to say, did I miss an S? If I could spell. It's going to give me a link for a password reset, and I can send that to the customer. And you can see that that went right real quick, right? One last piece I'll touch on in here that I think is super cool. If we were on a chat session going back and forth, and that customer's internet connection dropped, they went down, but they still populated their email address or their cell phone number, I have the ability to initiate an outbound chat via SMS, email, or Twitter, Facebook, or WhatsApp. So I can say, hey, you know what? I noticed our connection dropped. I didn't answer your question. You want to continue this via email or continue this via SMS? There's other avenues to continue that discussion. That's huge. I was really impressed with this piece of it, that you can do things like that. All right. Do we get any other questions? Any other suggestions?
Oh, keep going. I'll let you know for sure.
All right. All right. So how much time do we have?
About 5 to 10 minutes.
5 to 10 minutes. Okay, this can go one of two ways. So I have some virtual agent information with Agent Assist in our guide database, if you want to see that, knowledge base, which is really cool stuff. Or we could pivot and go towards the COVID response automation that we can do. It's up to you.
I like the agent assist, actually.
Agent assist?
I like, because that's kind of the, this real-time voice analytic, keyword analytics, popping things up. That's kind of the buzzwords of today. So love to see what you guys are doing on this.
Awesome, Matt. I like that because this one's more in depth and the video is 9.5 minutes. So time-wise, this should fit in really good. Let me go ahead and just.
You're going to play a video?
I'm going to play a video because I don't have
9.5 minutes.
Yes.
No.
Is that too long?
I don't think we're going to play a video for 9.5 minutes.
Okay.
I can't do that.
3
Can
minutes?
you show us anything live?
I don't have access to it yet. That's what I'm working on.
Okay.
I have a 3-minute video on the COVID one if you want to see what that looks like.
I don't know. I'm kind of opting not to play a video. I think we need to. My commitment was no PowerPoint, and I should have said no videos too.
Okay.
So we're doing this 100% live.
All right, we could do that. Absolutely. Let's jump back into the interface here. Did we get any comments, recommendations on any kind of things that they would like to see?
Not yet. I think you're on. I mean, we only have about 3 more minutes, so.
Okay.
If you want to hit
One of the things I wanted to make a note of as well, though, is as Sam was in Salesforce, if you guys noticed, the dialer, the call bar is actually a separate browser. So when you're dealing with multiple screens, you have that ability to, move that around, adjust it. There's all kinds of there's definite benefits of not being
maybe I'll just ask a couple. So what is Omni Channel? It means a lot of different things to different people.
Yes.
What is your definition of Omni Channel? What do you mean by Omni Channel?
Our Omni Channel is everything other than voice. So all your other means of communication. So when I get back in here, I'll just give you a real quick high level of what that means from our perspective.
Well, I mean, what you just said there to me would be multi-channel, and
Yes.
There's a big difference between multi-channel and omni-channel. So I'm going to try to get the definition out of you for how you guys view it. What do you? So keep going.
Okay, here, let me go back in here. Sorry, I was in it already. That's why I did that. So these are channels that are not voice that we can actually communicate on, and that would be SMS, Facebook, live chat, Twitter, email, WhatsApp, API integration. So we can do custom API integration for third-party applications that you want to do that are multi-channel or omni-channel, and Apple Business Chat, which I've never seen, but it evidently exists.
So it must have been an easy integration to do. So to me, and I'm sure you're going to agree with this, omni-channel is obviously multi-channel. You do all these things, but the definition of omni-channel is the ability to have a seamless experience from both the customer as well as the agent, bouncing and reporting from a supervisor standpoint, bouncing around from chat to SMS to voice to video to all the different things. Mm-hmm. It's seamless to the customer, and the agent knows where they've been, what they've been doing, how they've been doing. They don't have to start over. Session management continues on with them.
Exactly.
To me, that's omni-channel.
Yes.
And you agree?
Yes, I agree, 110%.
And that's how you do it.
That is how we do it. Yes.
Right.
Yep.
Good. Because everybody says they have omni-channel and they don't.
No,
that's not true. But everybody uses the term omni-channel, so we'd like to get that distinguishing aspect of that. So cool. All right. What else? You want to wrap it up on anything, you guys?
Yeah. I mean, Susan, do you have anything you want to wrap up here? I can nerd out for the next half hour and show you all kinds of stuff. But
I think really what we wanted to do today, and hopefully this came across, is really, talk about experiences. At the end of the day, like I said, Talkdesk's primary focus is to make sure that our customers do not have bad customer experiences. And if they do, fixing them. And that fixing means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. And it can go in a lot of different directions, as you saw today. But knowing, because we are born in the cloud, we have that ability to address those needs. So it really comes down to sitting down and going, tell us about your customer experiences today. What's working, what's not working. If you had the perfect vision that I was this customer and I called in and this is the experience I want them to have, and I want them to be able to have these different kinds of experiences, those are the types of conversations that we have with you to make sure that we're solving those kinds of challenges and enabling you to have the best customer service experience with your
Yeah, I
clients.
mean, I think the 3 or 4 that we've done with you guys have gone phenomenally well. You guys have clearly all A-team players at your organization, which is great. There's no weak links. Your project management down to your CSRs, down to your implementation. It's been a pleasure doing these, and all the customers we have on them, everybody is just tickled pink. So
Well,
you
thank
don't
you.
win every deal with us, but you win your fair share. So we're very excited about having you guys in our portfolio. And if anybody out there is interested in hearing from us and hearing more, Packet Fusion's here to help you, guide you through this process of finding the next technology partner for you for your contact center, your UCaaS, your SD-WAN, et cetera. That's what we're doing nowadays. So please reach out to us. That's how we get paid, is by bringing our customers to guys like Talkdesk. So we appreciate everybody's time, and thank you guys. You guys were awesome, and we'll talk soon.
Thank you, everybody. Appreciate you joining. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.